Tuesday night baseball just outside the Rose Bowl at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California, as the Arroyo Seco Saints get set to host the Santa Barbara Foresters. I'm Jarrett Thompson. With me, the always great Tommy Wirtz. Tommy, there's been no better two teams to watch play a game this season than the Saints and the Foresters.
Absolutely. Saints and Foresters this entire season has been a great matchup. 3-1 in favor of the Saints right now, but the Foresters getting the best of them last time in a 1-0 pitchers duel last week when I wasn't able to be there. First time I wasn't able to see it, but they have proved that they are fighting for a spot as well in the playoffs in the CCL, and the Saints coming out today now bringing their best stuff. Merrick Sears on the mound.
They have the largest difference was 3 in the 4 games played, as Merrick Sears will try to make it another pitcher's duel for the Saints. Sears comes in with an ERA just above 3 at 3.17. It'll be his 7th start and 8th appearance of the season.
And today with Sears on the mound, Jarrett, he's a pitcher that likes to pitch for contact a lot of the times. He's not throwing overpowering stuff, has a decent break on his move and on his breaking ball, but to be honest, he's looking for guys to make contact, hit the ball, get ground outs, get lazy fly balls. He's not really pitching for strikeouts. And this Foresters team is a team full of big bats from big colleges all over the country. And if Merrick Sears can keep the ball low and these guys ahead of it, it should be a successful day for the Saints.
Saints come in with a record of 19-12, 15-9 in league play. The Foresters 17-7 in league play, 2 games above the Saints in the South Division standings. Seth Stevenson, the shortstop for the Foresters, will dig in to lead things off against the lefty Merrick Sears. As you mentioned, Sears, 25 strikeouts in 28 innings and a third pitched. The Saints have lost 2 in a row. Trying to end that losing skid as Sears throws first pitch strike.
And that's what we need to see out of Merrick Sears today, attacking the zone early and working at that quick pace that we know he likes to work with.
That one misses just outside. Check swing, he said he went, 0-2. Saints fell yesterday 2 days ago, 10-2 to the Orange County Riptide. That high fastball is taken for a ball 1-2. And the Saints want to get their bats going today. 2 runs and then were shut out, obviously, for the first time this season this past Saturday at Santa Barbara. 1-2 curveball is a beauty, and Stevenson swings and misses for out number 1.
Very nice pitch there from Merrick Sears, mixing it up, changing up speeds. Really got Stevenson fooled on that one. Fat curveball that he was way out in front of, and a real good start for the southpaw on the mound.
Now to bring up the second baseman, Andrew Cachel. First pitch to Cachel, it's right there for a strike, 0-1. Cachel, one of the better hitters on this Foresters lineup, leads a team in a lot of offensive categories. The 0-1's way outside, 1-1. John Chomko got the start last Saturday against the Foresters and shut him down through 4 innings. In fact, had 9 strikeouts. That one's hit out towards Burden in the left. Burden going back. Change his shoulder. He's not going to get there. And it's going to bounce for an extra base hit for Cachel. He's into second with a 1-out double. Burden might have lost that one or something.
You know, I wonder what's going on in left field there, because that's now 2 games in a row we've seen Burden just lose track of a ball hit out there in left. Looked like a lazy fly ball. It just kept carrying, and Burden unable to see where it was going, and it drops in now for a double for Cachel.
And we've seen in previous games this season as well at Jackie Robinson Field, the beginning innings with that sun up there makes it very difficult for the center fielder, especially and left field. Maybe that had something to do with it. But like you said, looked like a routine fly ball off the bat. Ball started to carry. Nonetheless, Cachel's into second with a 1-out double for Dylan Campbell.
And this is a big bat right here for the Foresters. Campbell, when they played in Santa Barbara a few weeks ago, had 2 home runs in that 6-5 outing and really kept the Foresters in the ball game. And has a very big bat, and that's why he bats in the 3 spot.
The 1-0 from Sears. That one's lined down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It's foul. Just misses an RBI double from Campbell. The count be 1-1. And that's one thing, too, playing in Santa Barbara, that left field fence is only 310. Here, obviously, for the home of the Saints, it's 374. Campbell definitely takes advantage of that short left field wall in his home ballpark. has a chance for an early RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Off speed. That just misses 2-1.
Got to be careful with those curveballs if you're Sears with Campbell up there. Leave those hang up there too long like that. He can put a charge into one.
As you were saying before, really important for Sears to keep the ball low. 2-1 is low, and it's hit out towards right. Lewis jogging in. Looks like he's under it, and will make the routine catch. And he'll keep Cachel at second now with 2 down.
Absolute missile from Lewis in right field there. Cachel, I think, had intents of moving over 90 feet. Right after the throw came out, no chance of it. Lazy fly ball to right. 2 down now here from Eric Sears, and 1 away from having the objective done, getting through a scoreless top of the first.
Nathan Rombach, a cleanup man, will have the chance for a 2-out RBI and the first run of the game. Rombach comes in hitting .268 with a home run and 16 RBIs. First pitch is that curveball in there for a strike.
That curveball is fine in the zone now for Sears, and when it's not, it's still finding the spot he wants. It's staying low, getting outside at least. All of them are either chase pitches or pitches that are starting out of the zone and finishing in the zone.
Another curveball. That just misses 1-1. Defensively for the Saints in the outfield going from left to right, Jack Burden, Tommy Castillo, and Peyton Lewis. And the infield on the corners is Drew Cowley and Jake Mcmurray. Up the middle, Brandon Boning and Jackson Cobb with Tanner Lindsay behind the plate. And Merrick Sears on the mound. 1-1 at the knees for a strike, 1-2.
And a real good mix-up still through this top of the first. Sears not afraid to continue to pound the zone. And realistically, could get out of this inning with 4 outs with a play that probably should have been made with Cachel on second.
Sears a strike away of getting out of it. He kicks and deals. It's that curved ball, good block by Lindsay behind the plate, and it'll be 2-2. The Foresters come in on a 10-game winning streak. The most recent game was a 4-3 win against the Oaks, as they're the hottest team in the CCL. 2-2, fastball blown right by Rombach for Sears' second strikeout in the first inning. Cachel gets a double, but nothing comes to it. The Saints will get their first shot at it in the bottom of the first with no score. Bottom of the first, the Saints, they're going to take the lead with Jackson Cobb, Jake Mcmurray, and Drew Cowley due up against the right-hander Gabriel Starks. It's Starks' 9th appearance, but only his 3rd start of the year, coming in with an ERA of 3 and a 2-1 record.
Yeah, lineup looks a little bit different today. Josh Cowden, Connor Bradshaw both getting the day off. That's going to lead for Jackson Cobb, the usual 9-hitter, up to the leadoff spot today.
Cobb's been good as of late. Takes the first pitch ball. It's 1-0. Cobb hitting .333 with 2 home runs and 16 RBIs. The 1-0, fouled straight back 1-1.
Cobb all over it there on Starks. Throws a lot of heat from the righty on the bump right now. 90, 95 in that range, somewhere around there. But if you make contact with it, it can go a long way, too.
As we've seen earlier in the season, if Saints fans listening remember the name Gabriel Starks, pitcher that led up the walk-off home run to Drew Cowley back on July 8th. 2-1 to Cobb. Pitch. Fastball blown by Cobb. It's 2-2.
Yeah, and right there, example of it. Has a lot of speed and velocity. Got to catch up to it if you're Cobb. Now we've seen it just in the first inning. Let's see how he adjusts and attacks Starks from here on out.
Starks on 2-2. Winds and fires just outside. An early full count here for Cobb. Cobb, a very patient hitter, second on the team in walks. Not afraid to take the free pass. The full count pitch from Starks. And that's outside. There's another walk for Jackson Cobb, and the Saints have their leadoff man on.
And a great way to get the leadoff man on, too, regardless. Leadoff walk, very productive, and a great at-bat for Cobb to drag it out against Starks. And a lot of speed now on the base pass, too.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive the Saints are early in here. Jared Thomas does have a good arm behind the plate for the Forcers, as here's Jake Mcmurray. First pitch inside, ball 1.
And if you're Mcmurray right now, you're probably waiting till you get a strike now. That's 3 in a row thrown by Starks. I'm sure he's sitting waiting to get his first strike called on him.
1-0. Inside again, 2-0, and that's looks like 4 straight balls, but all of them missed outside to Cobb, who's the lefty, and inside to the right-hand hitter, Mcmurray. Dangerous count to a dangerous hitter here in the bottom of the first.
And you won't see too many more righties either for Starks, too. So have to find a way to figure it out to find the zone. Mcmurray, one of only 3 in the lineup today.
2-0. Looked inside again, but it's going to catch the corner. It'll be 2-1.
Now he can protect there at least. Mcmurray, like I said, waiting for the first strike to get called. We'll see him get a little more aggressive with the wood in his hands now.
2-1 to McMurray. Swings on the fastball just late. That'll be 2-2. And like you said, it might take these Saints hitters maybe in a bat or two against Starks. We don't know how long he'll be in the game to see this fastball, take a few swings to finally catch up to it. Maybe the second time through the order or the latter half of the first at bat. 2-2. And that's just below the knees. And it's another full count.
Yeah, and Thomas trying to help him out with a little bit of framing there, but definitely did cross below the knees, brought it back up after. Good eye by McMurray. That fastball looks good, but the whole entire time it was a ball.
3-2, let's think if they want to send Cobb in motion. They don't. The pitch, McMurray bloops that towards the right field line, but it's tailing foul. And it will be, they'll do it again, full count.
And the reason he was late on that one wasn't the speed. He wasn't looking for a breaking ball there. Curveball, mixing it up there for Starks. And McMurray saw it late, had to take a defensive swing, got a good piece on it, but unable to keep it in fair territory.
Makes you wonder if that curveball's setting up possibly that fastball in this one. The 3-2 pitch is the fastball. And McMurray putting up a good battle here. Fouled off another.
Has not swung and missed yet. Everything he's looking at, he is making contact with. McMurray, got to keep your head in there and remain focused with an arm like Starks on the bump.
Starks has only allowed 5 earned runs on the season. Cobb takes off 3-2. McMurray fouls that one off again. There's another off-speed pitch.
And that one was high and in. And might have came back in the zone. Good defensive swing again from McMurray. And Cobb on the hit and run will have to run back.
See if they decide to do it again and send Cobb. Starks throwing a lot of pitches through the first two hitters already. 3-2 once more. It's a little chopper foul again. And McMurray's really putting up a battle here. And only the second hitter Starks has faced.
And that's going to wear on you, especially in this Pasadena heat right now. Sun is right on top of you when you're on the mound there. Starks definitely annoyed at the end of this at-bat, regardless if he gets McMurray out or not.
Already 15 pitches for Starks, and he's hasn't even retired the second hitter. Cobb on first, nobody out. The 3-2 once more. Got him chasing one low. And Starks finally puts McMurray down after a tough battle. It'll be one out for Drew Cali.
And Starks, we know about his fastball. It's the curveball that gets him out of it. McMurray tips his cap to him. He knew it, fooled him on that one. And great location that gets McMurray fishing and chasing, and Starks finally has an out after that long at-bat.
And that's what makes his fastball so successful, is not just the fact that he can blow it by people, as the first pitch to Cali's in the dirt, good job by Thomas, is the fact that when you're a hitter, you have to worry about that pitch so much that it makes his other pitches that more effective. And you know what, McMurray was looking fastball and chased the off-speed pitch.
And he really abandoned the fastball near the end of that AB with McMurray. I think he knew he could get him with the curveball.
Throw it back over, Cobb gets back. Drew Cali hitting .368. It's been fantastic, the most consistent player on the Saints team. One and 0 the count. That fastball's taken high, and it's 2-0.
And you know Starks, last time he met with Cowley, he still doesn't know if that ball's landed. Definitely afraid to approach him right now. 2-0 the count. Last thing you want to do is get to a hitter's count with Drew Cowley at the plate.
Have a dangerous count already, and it even got worse for Starks. It's 3-0. Ball yet to be hit in play this inning. Cobb walked. McMurray struck out. 3-0 to Cali with Peyton Lewis in the weights on deck. 3-0. And that's not close.
Didn't give him anything even close to hit. Cowley didn't have to take the bat off his shoulder. 4 pitches from Starks, and Cowley gets a free 90 feet. And now Peyton Lewis have a couple ducks on the pond and an opportunity at the plate.
Jared Thomas in the pitching coach will go talk to Starks. You wonder if at all that previous at-bat in which Cali homered off Starks was in the back of his mind. Nonetheless, having trouble locating. He's reached 3 balls on every hitter. Walked 2 of them. And Peyton Lewis, who's second on the team in RBIs, digs in with an early RBI chance here in the first for the Saints.
And like I said, with the heat right now, it is definitely hot out. And with those at-bats dragging out from McMurray, it must have done something to Starks' confidence a little bit. And with a big bat like Drew Cowley up, didn't want to give him anything to hit. And now he has to go after Peyton Lewis with just 1 down and at least 1 runner in scoring position.
Yeah, good for the Foresters pitching coach and Jared Thomas to go talk to Starks. Trying to calm him down. The Saints trying to take advantage. No score in the bottom of the first. 1 out, first and second for Peyton Lewis. Lewis in right field today. First pitch is his breaking ball in for a strike.
And now the Saints hitters have seen it quite a bit. Going to have to watch out for that curveball with Starks. When he was in that closer role, it seemed like he only was throwing the fastball. Now that he's starting, he's got to mix it up a little bit, and he's showing that he likes to go to the curveball.
That one's in the dirt. Lewis chased it, and it's 0-2.
Very good start back up for Starks after allowing the 4-pitch walk to come after Lewis now and get ahead 0-2.
Lewis hitting .228. does have those 22 RBIs. The 0-2 is a fastball. It's going to be blooped out towards short, right to Stevenson, who they're going to call a – it looked like he dropped it, but they're going to call maybe
infield
fly.
Rule,
I think that's what the umpire signaled.
That one you can't say that on there because the runners obviously see the ball is right there, and he could easily get this, throw the ball to third, throw the ball to second. It was a lose-lose there for the Saints.
Yeah, so Lewis pops out, and that'll bring up Tanner Lindsay, the catcher, with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch is the breaking ball again for a ball, 1-0. Lindsay at 182 is driven in 4. Saints like to rotate their catchers a lot between Lewis, Lindsay, and Bo Willis. 1-0. And that misses outside 2-0.
And Lindsley, you say the $182 and you don't instantly get impressed, but a guy who's really come along as of late this summer and was at a real low point, under 100 for a lot of the season, and has put in some extra hours and extra time and has started really locating where he needs to get the bat on it to find any grass in the outside, and it's worked this summer.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes people longer than others to get going during a season. Some people get off to a little bit of a slower start, as Lindsay did, but like you said, have picked it up a lot. 2-1's a chopper in front of the plate, and they're going to say it's a fair ball. Jared Thomas tags Lindsay, who wasn't running, for out number 3. So the Saints get 2 base runners, both via a walk, but cannot cash them in as Lindsay continues to talk to the umpire. We'll head to the second inning at no score. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. No score as we head to the second inning. Tanner Otremba will lead things off for the Foresters against Merrick Sears. Sears allowed a double in the first, but nothing came from it as we still play with a score of 0-0. First pitch, Otremba crushes that one to left. Burden going back. He's going to watch it fly. That ball's a goner.
And that ball was a shot by Otremba. That's 374 to left field, remember, and an absolute nuke from Otremba on top of the building out there. First pitch, he was ready for that one.
That was a tank from Otremba, who's his second of the year. First pitch of the second inning. And Otremba was all over that fastball. He leads the Foresters in hitting for a reason, and he showed us why with some absolute pop.
I think he's the first person we've seen put one over left field here this year.
First pitch now to Zoback's grounded to Cobb at second. Strong throw to first in time. It's a good bounce back pitch by Sears for out number one. But yeah, the left field being 374. We've seen homers to center and right, but like you said, I think that's the first one we've seen, especially dead left. That was the deepest part of the ballpark.
Absolutely. And that one was well over 400 feet, I'm sure. I don't have our stat cast with us, but just from the Tommy eye right there, that one was a shot.
That'll bring up Jared Thomas, the catcher, with one out, first pitch low, ball one. So the Foresters strike first. They lead 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. Tanner Otremba with a bomb. 1-0, that's hit out towards the left field line. That one, will it stay fair? It's going to be a fair ball. Thomas on his way to second. Burden cuts it off, and a one-out double for Thomas, the third extra base hit already for the Foresters.
And Jag Burden found himself in right field for most of the beginning of the year, and they had to transition him over to left field because you got to cover a lot of ground in that area with it being so much deeper than any part of the park and usually any left field that we'll see the rest of the year. Want to have a little bit of speed out there. Jag Burden's not fast enough to cover that much ground, and Jared Thomas walks in with an easy stand-up double.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Kendall Pettis. One out runner on second. First pitch from Shears. He shows bunt, but it pulls it back. It's called strike anyways, 0-1.
And you wonder if he was just showing bunt, just scare Merrick Sears off there, or if we'll see it again. Drew Cowley playing a little bit up at third base now. He'll watch for it too.
The 0-1, no bunt is shown. It's taken for a strike nonetheless, 0-2. So the bunt was just a decoy. And Sears now looking for his third strikeout early in this game. The 0-2, curveball in the dirt. Pettis lays off. It's 1-2.
And if you're Sears, after giving up the leadoff shot to Otremba, you've got to just dial back in. And if you get out of this with just the one run, it's going to be a victory there. Otremba just caught him, and he was trying to throw strikes.
And that one gets away from Lindsley in the dirt, and that's going to allow Thomas to take third. So the ball gets away from Lindsley, and the Foresters have their second run just 90 feet away with still only one out.
It's a good pitch there from Sears. It was in Lindsley's glove. It just on the exchange, it looked like he really lost control of it. Not something you're going to beat yourself up about too much, but definitely can't let it happen again now with a runner just 90 feet away.
So Sears definitely looking for the strikeout now. It's 2-2. The pitch. Fastball taken high. And from 0-2, Pettis has worked it back to 3-2. Counts full.
Pettis wanted that one, too, the high fastball. He took a step at it and everything. He's definitely being patient. Sears is going to have to throw a strike to get him working on it.
The 3-2 shot nearly hitting his teammate Thomas down the third base line, but it will be foul. It'll remain 3-2. Josh Stinson, the center fielder's on deck. Full count pitch, one more for Sears. And that's hit out towards the left down the left field line. That looks like that's going to get down for extra bases. Another double. Burden getting no. Now Pettis is thinking three. He's flying around the bases. Throw's going to get in. It's going to be an RBI triple for Kendall Pettis.
And that's another reason with that deep left field, the benefits for the right-handed hitters. It just keeps rolling back there. 374 is a good throw from an outfielder over there. Jag Burden trailed it well, was on top of it, threw it in. Pettis just with a lot of speed. It's an easy three-bagger.
Yeah, I underestimated Pettis' speed and the fence and how deep it was. But Pettis and Thomas switch places. It's 2-0. First pitch now to Stinson's grounded to short. Boning on a wicked hop is going to go to first to retire his man. Nonetheless, Pettis scores, and quickly it's 3-0 in favor of the Foresters.
Yep, Stinson does his job, gets the runner over, gets an easy RBI on the ground ball to Boning. Boning did play that off a weird hop, made it look a lot easier than that play should have been. Lucky that they did get the second out of the inning.
That'll bring up Seth Stevenson, the shortstop and leadoff guy. He's first pitch swinging as well. Fouls it off 0-1.
And now they see Merrick Sears is that contact pitcher. He's going to continue to throw strikes, and the Foresters now getting real aggressive at the plate.
The 0-1. Stevenson fouls that back. 0-2. 3-0. Santa Barbara over the Saints. Tremble led off with a first pitch home run and a double followed by a triple. Foresters lead 3-0 in the top of the second. The 1-2. Fastball's taken high. That makes the count 1-2.
You knew it was coming. A little bit of chin music from Merrick Sears. Saw that Stevenson was real happy to swing. Might as well give him something.
That one's on the ground to Boning again. Boning, little bobble. Stays with it. Throw off balance. Not going to get the speedy Stevenson.
And that's the second straight ball now that's taken a weird hop over there. And Boning, this time it does eat him up a little bit. Able to still fire a throw over to Mcmurray, but not enough to get the speedy Stevenson.
That'll bring up Andrew Cachel. He got the first hit for the Foresters tonight with a double. And Sears just trying to get out of this inning right now before further damage. First pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1.
And even with all these bats coming around, Sears able to throw some strikes and get ahead of hitters as much as he can.
Throw over and Stevenson's back. Every single extra base hit for the Foresters going down that left field line. Jack Burton's been busy out there. That one's low and outside, but catches the corner, says the home plate umpire, and Sears will take it. It's 0-2 to Cachel. Looking for the third strikeout of the game, third strikeout of the inning. Runner takes off. Lindsey's going to catch it. He's not going to have a chance to get Stevenson. The count moves to 1-2, and Stevenson's in scoring position.
Yeah, I don't think Lindsley thought Stevenson was going to be on the move at all there. He saw it late, just figured might as well not throw it, leave that runner at second base, attack the guy at the plate.
That's all Sears has to do to get out of this inning. He's ahead 1-2 on the count for Cachel. The pitch off speed and dropped by Lindsley. Stevenson will take third. Cachel nearly took off her first, thinking that was strike 3. It looks like Sears and Lindsley were not on the same page, but that nonetheless, that curveball looked like it was strike 3.
I'm not sure what went down there. Lindsley didn't know either, it looks like. Got off to it a little slow and allowed for Stevenson to just get over another 90 feet again. Now this count not in Sears' favor.
The 2-2, and it's fouled back. So now another one of those mix-up between Sears and Lindsley can possibly lead to a run. Stevenson finds himself on third now with 2 outs. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the second. The pitch. Fastball's fouled off again.
And very similar to what we saw with Mcmurray, Cachel being a nuisance right now for Sears on the mound. When you continue to throw strikes and these guys keep fouling them off, it gets to your head and you wonder, what do I got to do other than just throw strikes?
Off-speed pitch. Cachel was all over it, but out in front. And another foul ball. Sears has been out there already for a long time in the second inning. Cachel making him work for this third out. He's the 7th hitter to bat in this inning. 2-2 once more. And that's called strike 3 at the knees. Sears gets his third strikeout of the game, but the Foresters, with a few extra base hits, strike for 3. They lead 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Jack Burden to lead things off for the Saints in the bottom of the second. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Saints as they trail 3-0 to Santa Barbara after a 3 spot in the top half of the second off of Merrick Sears. Saints will try to answer off Gabriel Starks. First pitch. Burden's in there for a strike going 1.
Yeah, and if you're the Saints right now, want to get at least something back after that big inning from the Foresters, starting off with a leadoff bomb from Otremba that still maybe hasn't landed. Jag Burden can get on base, move around a little bit.
That one's lined over the second baseman's head, Cachel, and into right field. And Burden does just that, Tommy, with a leadoff single.
Yeah, big AB there for Burden. Someone who needs to get a little bit hotter like he found in the beginning of the season. And a shot over Cachel at second base, and a leadoff single for Burden.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Brandon Boning. Boning, one similar, as you said, as Tanner Lindsley. A little bit of a slow start, but really gotten going as of late. And the extra bases for Boning, he's been using the entire field, going the opposite way a few times. He's really come together as a hitter and really shows the depth of the Saints lineup hitting the bottom of the order.
And displayed some pop as well, too. No home runs yet, but he's really been putting charges in the ball that he can get in between left and center field.
Even in last Friday at Conejo, as that one's in the dirt, gets away from Thomas, and that's going to allow Burden to take second. At Conejo last Friday, Boning went the other way and missed a home run by a matter of feet, bouncing off the wall for a double.
Definitely carries more pop in that smaller frame than you can think. It's all about the hand speed and the quick speed there from Boning, and the patience right now, leaving him up 2-0 now with a runner at second base.
So hitters count for Boning. Burden's single is the first hit for the Saints. 2-0. That's taken high. And Starks having some trouble again throwing strikes. It's 3-0 with Cruz on deck. 3-0. And that hits Boning. Fastball up and in. Boning gets hit by the pitch. Will take first, and Saints first and second with nobody out.
And that's something we saw a lot from Brandon Boning in the beginning of the year. Seemed to be a magnet for the fastball to the elbow there. He's got a pad on. He'll be all right. He walks on down to first base, and now Jake Cruz, the San Diego State Aztec, with a big opportunity in his very young season so far with the Saints.
Yeah, ripped a double against the Foresters last Saturday for his first hit as a member with the Saints. Has that big swing. The DH today, Connor Bradshaw, as we mentioned, with the night off. See if Cruz can do something here for the Saints. Trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Burden on second, Boning on first. First pitch from Starks. Swung on in the dirt by Cruz. Good job by Thomas behind the plate to keep that in front of him. It's 0-1.
Cruz, a big hack there. If it was a fastball, maybe he does connect with it and it goes somewhere. The curveball from Starks fools him, and he's ahead 0-1.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Cruz seems like he takes big hacks every time he swings the bat. Looking to crush it. If he happened to connect on one, he could tie the game. The 0-1, check swing. It's called strike anyways, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Well, wasn't really liking that one. A much better pitch to swing at, too, but Cruz a little bit fooled by it, maybe looking for the breaking ball there, seeing how Starks has been using it throughout the day. Fastball comes in at the outside corner, now down 0-2.
Starks looking for the strikeout. The 0-2. Off speed, good job by Cruz just to get a piece of it and stay alive. First and second, nobody out. The 0-2 once more. Fastball, that's going to be into right for a base hit. They're going to send Burden, and it's bobbled out in right. Burden's going to score. Boning's going to get to third, and the Saints are on the board. An RBI single from Cruz.
And a big way to get back one, at least from the top of the second, after allowing three. Otremba, the guy who hits the leadoff bomb last inning, unable to handle that ball in right, looking where he wanted to throw it to try to have a play on Burden, ends up bobbling it, no play at all. Runners now at the corner, and an RBI for Jake Cruz.
So Cruz to the RBI single, cuts the lead to 3-1. Now brings up another new member of the Saints, Tommy Castillo, with runners at the corner, still nobody out here. Tying run on first.
Castillo has been a very productive bat for the Saints so far in this lower half. Picked up a hit yesterday and did that before and has another shot there.
First pitch swinging down the left field line, gets by Pettis. One runs in. Cruz headed to third, he's going to get the wave. Castillo on his way to third, and Tommy Castillo with a game-tying 2-run triple.
And right on cue at that, Castillo rips at the first pitch at Starks. Triple just down the line. We saw it from Pettis in the top of the inning. Now in the bottom half of the inning, Castillo getting in on the action, 2 RBIs. It's like it never changed. We're all knotted up again.
And Pettis does not take a good angle at that ball out and left. It lets it get by him, and he sees just how far that left field fence is. Chasing all the way down, Castillo all the way to third. Cruz running around all the bases. The game is tied, and the Saints have the go-ahead run now at third with Jackson Cobb, and still nobody out. Castillo stays hot. Like we mentioned, some come in a little bit slow start, some come on fire right away, and that's been Castillo.
And it's a lot easier to gel with some teammates if you show them you're pretty successful when you get here first, too.
Cobb fouls that off 1-1. And that's exactly, I mean, for some of these guys coming to the Saints, you look at the standings being a good team. Obviously, they want to fit in right away. They want to do their best to fit in. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that right away. For example, Cruz took him a while to get his first hit. Now starting to get going. Castillo on the other end of things. As that one misses outside, 2-1 to Cobb. Immediately erase that 3-run deficit. All squared up at 3 now. And if Cobb can put a ball in play here, possibly give the Saints the lead. 2-1. That's fouled off. It'll be 2-2.
And you know when these two teams play, you're going to get a good matchup here, Jared, as well. These are the top 2 teams in the CCL South for a reason, and it's always been an exciting ball game, regardless of which team comes out on top, which team has been struggling throughout the day, or which team has had some success. It's going to be a good matchup when Santa Barbara comes down to Pasadena.
The 2-2s inside. Count will be full, 3-2. And exactly, these teams are at the top of the division for a reason. And when they play each other, regardless of who wins, it's a battle. And it's not going to come easy. As you see, the Foresters with immediate 3-0 lead in the second inning. Saints immediately erase it. 3-2 to Cobb again. That one's fouled off. Cobb putting up another good battle. He worked a walk his first at-bat.
It really brings out the competitive sides in these two teams as well, too. It is just summer ball after all. So some of these guys, you know, they want to do well, but the success isn't always the first priority, and not when these two teams face.
3-2, Cobb putting up a good battle. Fouls it off, absolutely. Last time, the game that Drew Cali hit the walk-off home run, when we hear a lot of smack talk going back and forth. Foresters dugout, very active. Pitching coach for the Saints getting ejected.
Tensions get hot.
Yes. These teams, like you said, it's summer ball, but these teams, they're competitive. They want to win. They want to beat their opponents. Stark's having trouble beating Cobb right now, and that's fouled off again.
Good battle right now from Cobb. And Starks is continuing to have these long innings. A very long first inning that, fortunately enough for him, he was able to get out with no runs across. But now the second inning, he's given up 3. He hasn't even gotten an out yet, and he's back to the top of the order for the Saints.
A lot of pitches thrown for Starks. 3-3 the score. The pitch again. Cobb reps that one foul.
All over him right now is Jackson Cobb. Continuing to show Starks that whatever he's going to throw at him, he's right on top of it.
This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat for Cobb. Starks kicks and deals. It's a curveball, and Cobb's run up for out number 1.
And that's a pitch that, if you're Jackson Cobb, we've seen it called today. Got to be a little more defensive. Can't go up there looking for the walk because that's when it usually bites you.
That'll bring up Mcmurray now with a chance to give the Saints their first lead of the night. Castillo on third with one away.
And this was the man who really took it on Starks last inning. Had a great battle with him, but unfortunately Starks was able to get the best of him. But a very good at-bat from Mcmurray, and starting off right on top of him here, fouling off that curveball.
And a lot of these at-bats from these Saints players and even the Foresters players are leading us to believe it could be a real battle of a bullpen type of game. Starks and Sears throwing a lot of pitches through first 2 innings. That one's taken high.
And you'll wonder who will be the first coach to go to the bullpen today. You know, we've seen Aaron Milam go very early in games where guys have done very well, and we've seen him stick it out with some guys through the innings.
Good eye by McMurray there, 2-1. Absolutely. We saw Tommy Steyer, who was doing well last week at Cachel, go 6 innings. It's the most we've seen a starter go this season. But then he's not afraid to pull his guy after, say, 3 innings and go to that bullpen. Saints have a lot of good arms in that bullpen as that one's fouled off, 2-2.
Well, we saw 2 weeks ago in the 19th of July, Vizcaíno had 2 hitless innings, and they pulled him right after that from the start to get everyone some reps. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Got to get some W's before the playoffs.
2-2 to McMurray. Fastball taken high. Absolutely. People think, oh, if you're clinched or you're going to get it already, that you can relax these last few games. But no one wants to go into the playoffs on a losing streak or not feeling confident with themselves as individuals and as a team. So Saints wanting to get wins.
And these guys want that top spot too. They want that bye the first win. Double elimination, it makes a big difference when you have the bye the first set of games.
And McMurray takes that one low for a walk. And I'll put the runners on the corners with 1 out for Drew Cali. Yeah, absolutely. And these are the 2 teams that are battling to see who gets that bye right now. And they meet one more time after today in Santa Barbara. And it looks like it's going to be another talk to Starks. Starks just issued his 3rd walk. Also has a hit by pitch. So 4 free base pass he's given up. The Saints coming out hitting. Have 3 hits in the inning. 2 singles from Burden and Cruz and a 2-run triple by Castillo.
In a very big inning to come back. As we've seen the last few games, Saints bats have been silenced over the few. First coming up against the Foresters in that 1-0 loss, and then 10-2 against the OC Riptide. Not rare for what we see from the Saints this season. And after giving up a 3 spot in the top of the 2nd in this inning, they come back and show that they're not dead yet. They're trying to wake them up, and they tie it up, and they have a chance to take the lead after falling down 3 runs.
Drew Cali's the man they want up. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Starks obviously looking for potential strikeout or ground out that can result in the inning double play. Still early here in the bottom of the 2nd. And a 3-3 game. First pitch to Cali. Catches the outside corner. Strike 1.
First strike that Cali's seen. 4-pitch walk his last time up. I'm sure he was told to wait for that one to come by. Now Starks, let's see how he attacks Cali, knowing that he's ready to swing now.
The 0-1. Cali swinging, and he's falling in the count 0-2. The one game the Saints lost to the Foresters last Saturday, fell 1-0. Did not have head coach Aaron Milam after he was ejected the night before. Tommy, it's also the one game you haven't called of the Saints Foresters. Maybe that's a reason why, you know?
Maybe it is. They've had some success from what I've seen.
McMurray takes off. The throw down from Thomas. It's going to be a double steal. Castillo's going to come home and score. Thomas got a firing. Great base running by Castillo. Takes off immediately after the throw. Saints have a 4-3 lead.
Very heads up from Castillo there. And a big throw by Thomas. If you're going to make that throw, it has to be strong. And Castillo watched it the whole way, and they had no shot getting him on the throw back down.
So McMurray steals second. Castillo steals home. Saints have a 4-3 lead with a runner on second. 1 out, 1-2 count to Drew Cali. And he fouls that one off. And it really seems like Starks right now, obviously he's got his few walks, but even when he's getting ahead in the count, just having trouble putting these Saints hitters away. He's got 2 strikeouts so far. But there's a lot of foul balls from these Saints hitters with 2 strikes, staying alive. Obviously credit the Saints hitters, but Starks is having trouble putting them away right now.
And Cowley standing in there due for one. 0 for 4 yesterday. Hit the ball hard a few times. Not very likely to see him go hitless again today.
And I believe that's his first game he started without getting a hit. He walked his first time up. It might be a record that he's 0 for 5. 5 straight at-bats he's had without a hit.
Not something we see from the guy that we know what he can do all season, Drew Cowley. He's makes baseball look easy at some moments. He's cool under pressure. He's got the clutch gene, plays great defense. Just a great guy to have a part of your program.
Just an all-around great player, like you said, on and off the field. He's worked it back to a full count. Pitch from Starks, and it's ball 4. Cali chased it. Throw to first to Ty Thomas for out number 2. Cali goes down swinging, chasing ball 4. And I'll bring up Lewis with 2 down.
Yeah, and he knows he chased that one, but wanting to be aggressive, wanting to get after it. And he'll go back shaking his head and try to focus up for the next one now.
That'll bring up Peyton Lewis. Peyton Lewis popped out to short. His first time up. 2 outs, runner on second. 4 runs in the inning for the Saints. They now lead 4-3. First pitch taken low, ball 1.
And this would be a big spot now for Peyton Lewis to finally get something going. 0 for his last 20 at the plate and can really get some insurance runs if he gets something that finds the grass.
Say Lewis coming in today hitting only 228. However, his hits have been timing as he does have 22 RBIs. That one gets away from Thomas. He's going to allow Mcmurray to take third. And a few wild pitches and pass balls from both teams early on here.
And it's those free advances as well that really come back to hurt you. Never want to give up the free 90 feet. Want to keep the runners honest to where they're going, make them earn those spots when they go over. It's when you start giving them the free passes that it can really come back to hurt you.
2-0 to Lewis. Pop out to right. Otremba going over. It's going to be the center fielder Stinson to get it. And he makes the catch for out number 3. But the Saints come back. 4 runs in the bottom of the second. They now lead 4-3 going to the top of the third. Merrick Sears back out there for the top of the third, now with a lead for the first time tonight after the Saints dropped 4. Sears looking for a much-needed quick inning. He'll get Dylan Campbell, Nathan Rumbach, and Tanner Otremba. It's a first pitch strike to Campbell.
And that's something Sears probably thought coming out the inning after with a lead now. Let's see how he approaches that and how he's going to attack these hitters. And he's quickly ahead 0-2 now to Campbell.
And that's what makes this Saints team so good and why they're where they're at in the standings is because this lineup's never out of it. And as a starter for Sears, it's got to give you confidence. And he comes out 3 straight pitches blown by Campbell. He's out number 1.
And a huge comebacker there. Dylan Campbell, a very strong bat from the right-handed side for the Foresters. And Sears, after getting the lead, coming back 3 straight pitches, send him right back to the dugout.
That brings up Nathan Rumbach. He struck out with that same fastball from Sears then the first inning. It's the curveball this time at the knee, strike 1.
And that's about as high as you want that curveball to go if you're Merrick Sears. Saw that it was going to hang a little bit, but just stayed in the zone and caught some plate and almost did it again there.
Yeah, just missed that one. 1-1. Sears with back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the end of last inning. Got Cachel looking to end the long second. 1-1. It's a shot to third. Callie off his glove. And that's going to trickle into left. Rombach gets to first. A hard hit ball off of Callie's glove gives the Foresters a 1-out base runner here in the third.
And that's all it was, just a hard hit over there. Tough play for Callie, who's playing in a little bit at third base. And it'll be ruled a single. And you'll have Otremba now, who they're looking to throw this ball low and make him keep it on the ground, because if he keeps it in the air, it's going to soar.
Yeah, we saw that his first at-bat. Hit an absolute missile to left field. To get the scoring starting, we already have 7 runs here in inning number 3. This one misses from Sears. Looked good, but not to the home plate umpire. Ball 1. Tremba, his second home run of the season. Foresters trail by 1 here. That one's low, and Sears run back on first. That one's fouled off. Tremba hit a home run, a place where we have not seen many home runs hit in this field. That one's fouled off. 2 strikes now for Tremba.
And really able to battle back. Sears, after falling down 2-0, now evening the count up 2-2. And a dangerous bat at the plate at that.
Pitch misses outside. Count is full, 3-2. See how aggressive the Foresters are with Tanner Lindsay behind the plate. That one by Otremba's hit out to right. Lewis a few steps back, camps under it. Won't make the catch for out number 2.
And a pitch that Otremba is walking back to the dugout, frustrated with himself. Just underneath it, almost showing off some opposite field power, but going to be a can of corn play out there for Peyton Lewis, and now 2 down for Merrick Sears.
And with the power we saw Otremba display early on, he's definitely the guy that could go opposite field here, especially in that short field and right. Sears throws over, Rumbach's back. Zoback, the DH for the Foresters, grounded out on the first pitch of his at-bat, first time.
Zoback there, Shohei Ohtani of Foresters.
Rumbach takes off. The throw down from Lindsay is bouncer to Boning, but not in time. And Rumbach's got a stolen bag.
Zoback likes to pitch as well. Actually made it to the CCL showcase as a pitcher, but does hit quite a bit, especially in matchups versus the Saints.
We've seen a few of those guys throughout the CCL that can hit and pitch.
Rashad Ruff,
Saints have one
new addition now
themselves.
as well.
That's a strike to Zoback.
Picked up his first hit of the summer yesterday. And if I don't know what you consider Fino Amador, but he's got a hit as well, too, for the Saints.
I was going to say, Vino hitting 1,000 on the year. 0-2's fouled back. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Runner on second, 2 outs. Sears trying to work out of this. That one's up and in. 1-2. Zoback at 308 coming into today. 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. It'll be interesting to see if Starks comes back out there for the 3rd inning for the Foresters after getting roughed up a little bit by the Saints that last half inning.
High pitch count as well.
1-2, chase the high fastball, fouls it back.
And it'll be interesting once those shadows start to come in. Now just a strip of sun right down from the pitcher's mound to home plate. But it'll get covered up here pretty soon. And then it'll be a lot harder to see the ball without the lights on in action.
Sears steps off. Foresters calling for a balk, not going to get it. We've seen a few controversial balk calls this season,
including against the Foresters.
The 1-2. Foul back again by Zoback.
This game has been full of a lot of long, good at-bats right now.
None of these hitters really going down easy.
Might have to throw one away here if you're Sears. Try to get him to swing and help you out a little bit because the strikes, these guys are all over right now.
It was back-to-back fastballs. Let's see if he goes with a breaking ball. It is a breaking ball, and Zoback chases it for strike 3 and out number 3. A good inning for Sears. Well, to the bottom of the 3rd, Saints leading 4-3. Tanner Lindsley, Jack Burden, and Brandon Boning do it for the Saints in the bottom of the third inning. Starks is back out there for his third inning of work. First pitch to Lindsley.
And it'll be interesting to see what Starks will do out here with his third inning of work after going a very long second inning.
Lindsey swings and misses that one, 1-1. This game going by very.
And we're going to quickly sub something out real quick. We're having some issues with Jared's mic, but we'll get back to it when we got it. It's going to be a ground ball over for Lindsley, over to third baseman Campbell. He'll have an easy play over to Rombeck, and it will be the first out of the bottom of the third. And as Jarrett and I were talking earlier, Starks has had a long first two innings, and we'll have to see, with retiring the leadoff man finally in the third, how long he will have left. Sun is now off of the pitcher's mound, and it's definitely cooling down a little bit now in Pasadena. And now Jack Burden will step in and take hacks against Starks. And I think we got Jarrett back now. Jarrett, you good?
Seems like it, yes.
All right,
yeah,
we're back.
Perfect.
Had me scared for a minute there. I was all alone.
Yeah.
No one to go towards.
What were you going to do?
I was going to just keep talking. I think I'm crazy enough to keep going.
You would be. You are the man to do it.
Fill you in. Ground ball from Tanner Lindsley to third base. And now Burden up in a 1-1 count.
That one misses, 2-1. Yeah, Burden got things going in the second. Leadoff single. An inning that the Saints sent 8 batters to the plate. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. First pitch, Burden goes the other way down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Burden's 2 for 2. He's thinking about 2. He's going to head for it. The throw in from Pettis is not going to be in time. And Jack Burden with a single in his first at bat and a double the other way this time.
And he's right back on where he was leaving off. Said he needed to get things going again today. And not sure if it was going to be a double off the bat. He was thinking it the whole way. It was a cutoff by Pettis in left field there pretty nicely. Throws it in, not able to get the speedy Burden. And a double with 1 down now in Brandon Boning.
And Starks and Sears, both of them working from the stretch a lot. And Boning gets hit again.
That's now the second time Boning has been hit in as many appearances.
And you can see the frustration on his face now. Tosses the bat and a little bit slower going to first now. As Boning, the on-base percentage is going up, but just a painful, painful way to do it.
Almost not even worth it
Yeah.
in your eye with Starks on the mound who throws very fast. Like we were saying, sitting in that low to mid-90s. And if it misses the guard, you definitely feel it. 2 hits by pitches now for Boning. Last time, though, he did score with it. Looking for a similar result with Cruz now up.
Cruz had an RBI single driving in the Saints' first run. That scored Burden in this very similar situation. It's 1-0 to Cruz. Starks in trouble again. 3rd straight inning. That fastball, though, blown by the big swing of Cruz. It's 1-1. One to Cruz. Foul tip. And he's behind in the count 1-2. Castillo's on deck. He had a 2-run triple in his first at-bat. Saints have had runners on the base paths all game. Starks on the 1-2. Kicks and deals. And it's outside. Cruz chases it for strike 3 and out number 2.
Yeah, and Cruz knew he went fishing for one that wasn't in the zone there. That's a couple times now we've seen that breaking ball just break off the edge and fooled some lefties. Jake Cruz just another victim to it, and now 2 down, and Starks has an opportunity to get out of this inning unscathed.
Then we have Tommy Castillo. Castillo's the one that drove in the tying run on a 2-run triple. He swings and misses 0-1.
Let's see Pettis now hugging the line a little bit more in third base. Worried about it. And Castillo now another opportunity.
Quickly behind 0-2. Starks a strike away of getting out of this. Yet to see a 1-2-3 inning from either side. Both teams have been threatening with a runner on, at least in scoring position, every single half inning. Castillo fouls that one off, remains 0-2.
Castillo yesterday, like I said, making his presence heard, got on base with the leadoff single in his first at-bat. Was able to reach another time via the walk, went 1 for 3 on the day, and had a hard hit ball to center field. That nice play out there robbed him of another hit.
0-2, and Castillo chased it. Another beautiful breaking ball from Starks, who finds himself in trouble again, but gets out of it. And the Saints leave a pair. They lead 4-3 as we're through 3. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Jared Thomas leading things off in the 4th inning for the Foresters against Merrick Sears, who's back out there for his 4th inning of work. First pitch is a fastball up and in, ball 1. Jared Thomas comes in with a 6-game hitting streak. He extended that with a double in his first plate appearance.
And Thomas, last inning, was part of that throw.
This one is chopped to second. Easy play for Cobb. And Sears gets an out number 1.
Saying Thomas was part of the throw that caused Castillo to come across for the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 2nd. Nice play over there for Cobb to retire the man who got the double last time out.
Yeah, Sears gets the 7-hitter, 8 and 9 to follow. It's Kendall Pettis. Pettis tripled and came around to score. We saw his blazing speed. It's not easy to triple on a ball hit out to left. At a ballpark like this, obviously more of an advantage, but still Pettis with blazing speed as he takes strike one.
And he was able to display it in the top of the inning and then was victim to it in the bottom of the inning. A play that he couldn't make on Castillo's ball out there.
This one's hit out towards left again. It's going to be caught by Jack Burden. A diving play by Jack Burden for out number 2.
And a robbery from Kendall Pettis' second extra base hit of the day probably. Jack Burden coming in hot over there. That one he had no problem locating, sliding, making a nice play. 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
A great play by Jack Burden. If that ball gets by him, there's a chance we see Pettis go around all the bases. Good job by Burden. Comes up with a catch, and now it's Stinson with 2 gone, and Sears has a chance for a much-needed and first time in this game, a 1-2-3 inning.
And it would go a long way to shift the momentum towards the Saints as well with a quick inning against a team like the Foresters.
0-1, bounces in front of the plate, 1-1. As you said, sun down, sun starting to set, not on the field no more, so the lights are turned on. 4-3 Saints lead in the 4th inning. 4 unanswered runs, all in the bottom half of the 2nd.
And definitely cooling down a little bit too. Maybe a little bit easier for these pitchers to settle in and not be focused with the blazing sun on them.
Sears behind Stinson 2-1. Steers grounded out to short. That scored Pettis his first time. That one's at the knees. A pitch that the home plate umpire has been calling strike so far this game does not give Sears the benefit of the doubt there. It's 3-1.
Yeah, and if he throws it there a few more times, I'm sure he'll get that call.
That one's hit out towards right. It's going to fall right before Peyton Lewis for a 2-out single.
And a nice piece of hitting the other way by Stinson there. Lewis just going to have to watch that one into the glove after it bounces in, and Sears is now back up to the top of the order after giving up the single to Stinson.
So another base runner for the Foresters. And to bring up Seth Stevenson, he singled his last time, also stole a bag, but was stranded on 3rd in the 2nd. First pitch, dropped by Lindsley, ball 1. Stinson has speed. We'll see how aggressive he is on the base paths. So Stinson remains having his good season. That came in hitting .354. He's got a single and an RBI so far tonight. That pitch from Sears just misses outside, and he's behind 2-0. Stevenson came in at .238. Speedy shortstop. Very good defensively. 2-0. Half-hearty swing there by Stevenson, but he went around, strike 1.
Yeah, didn't want to, but definitely. And home plate umpire not being fooled by that at all. Stevenson not going to get away with the check swing there. And Sears going to get to work it back now. 2-1, and has really been settling in with 2 down here in the 4th since that rough 2nd inning.
And Sears got him picked off. Throw from McMurray, chops into second. It's going to go into left. Stinson on his way to 3rd. Burden's throw to 3rd. We knocked down by Callie. Stinson gets over to 3rd. Sears had him picked off, but then McMurray's errant throw allows Stinson to take 3rd.
And I think McMurray was just scared that Stinson really turned on the Jets there. I'm not sure if a good throw even does get Stinson at second base. He really took off after he saw Sears motion over. Maybe just better to step off there if you're Sears rather than just throw over and make the throw to second yourself.
Yeah, like you said, Stinson was going to make that a play nonetheless. 2-1 to Stevenson, swung on a miss. It's 2-2, so Foresters now 90 feet away of tying the game. Sears trying to work out of it. This little 2-out rally here from the 9-1 hitters. 2-2. Misses 3-2. Do not want to walk Stevenson. You got Cachel on deck. And the middle of the order to follow. Big pitch here from Sears. 3-2, runner on 3rd. Winds and fires. Fastball popped up. It's going to be in the infield. Who's going to call it? It's going to be McMurray. And he makes the catch for out number 3. So Sears stops the Foresters from a little 2-out rally. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. Still Saints leading 4-3. Jackson Cobb to lead things off here in the fourth for the Saints with a new pitcher coming out there for the Forcers. It's going to be the lefty Ian Churchill. Churchill's been one of the best pitchers for the Forcers. First pitch swinging, it's Cobb. He got under it. It's popped out to left. Pettis a few steps in will make the catch, and one pitch, one out. No better way to start it for Churchill.
Yeah, and bringing in the lefty now with the very lefty-heavy lineup for the Saints. And let's see how they can adapt to it. Not going to see it here. Mcmurray, one of 3 righties only in the lineup, along with Boning and Castillo. But the rest of the lineup stacked full of southpaws. We'll have to see if they can adjust to Churchill on the bump.
Churchill's making his 7th appearance. He's only allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. First pitch in there for a strike to Mcmurray. 0-0. He's been phenomenal out of this Foresters bullpen. The 0-1 right there for Mcmurray. Takes it. It's 0-2.
And working quickly is Churchill, too. From the stretch the whole time, out of the bullpen, getting his sign, and then delivering.
And Mcmurray swings and misses. Foul tip. It's going to be caught by Thomas for out number 2. And Churchill making quick work of the top of the order here for the Saints.
And guy who would be a great spot to break it up, Drew Cowley coming in. No hits already today for him so far, just a walk. Struck out his last time chasing ball 4. And he'll have to face Churchill for the first time here in the 4th.
Churchill adds another strikeout. He's gotten a strikeout in every appearance so far this season. First pitch right to Cali. Cali struck out his last at-bat, walked in his first at-bat. To even get a 2-out rally here for the Saints. And he gets hit. And that's the 3rd batter now the Foresters have hit.
Brandon Boning twice. And now Drew Cowley once. And now Peyton Lewis, who is near the top of the team in hits by pitch. He'll see if he can look out for one here, too.
So Callie gets on first with 2 gone for Peyton Lewis now. Lewis 0 for 2, as you mentioned, in a little bit of a slump. Take strike 1.
Big swing his last time up, just took it to the warning track out in center field. See if he can line one up and really get back on track.
0-1, catches the outside corner, 0-2. Churchill strike away of getting out of it. The 0-2. Right there, strike 3. Lewis goes up in 3, takes 3 strikes. And Churchill gets 2 strikeouts and a clean inning. And we're through 4. The Arroyo Seco Saints 4, the Santa Barbara Foresters 3. Top of the 5th from Merrick Sears. His 5th inning of work. He'll get Cachel, Campbell, and Rombach, 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Foresters. And first pitch inside to Cachel, ball 1.
Yeah, this is the meat and potatoes part of the order here for the Foresters right now. 2, 3, and 4, and if they get on base, so Tremba already with some damage today will come up too in the 4 spot today.
That one's a strike, 1-1. Cachel goes the other way, and that's going to get down for another hit. Burden does a good job getting to it. Holds Cachel to a single, but a leadoff single for the Foresters. Haven't been business again here in the 5th.
Yeah, you wonder if some coaching adjustments from Aaron Milam or someone else on the Saints bench have caused Burden to play a little bit closer to the line over there. He's now been cutting off a lot of the balls over there. And what was a double to a similar hit ball for Cachel is now kept to a single.
And Cachel with 2 more hits today, both going the other way. A big reason why he leads this Forester team in hits. Hits number 34 and 35 on the year. Here's Campbell. Campbell 0 for 2. One of the few not to join the hit parade for the Foresters so far. Sears with back-to-back throwovers, but Cachel's back both times. Tying run on base here for the Foresters.
And with Sears coming out for his 5th inning of work after getting the pitch count up there in the first 4 and had a rough inning in the 2nd, we'll see how long his threshold is in the 5th.
And that one catches the outside corner. Strike to Campbell. The 0-1. That's ripped to left field, another hit. Burden come will field it. Cachel's going to stop at second, and you wonder if Sears is reaching the end of the line here. Back-to-back hits to open up the 5th.
Yeah, and like you said, this is the tough part of the order. Cachel able to go the other way with it, and Campbell ripping it over to left field. We've seen him just miss some opportunities on some foul balls that he tried over there, but able to keep that one in play in his first hit of the ball game.
A lot of hard contact in the fifth. First pitch is a curveball right there to Romback. Strike one. Pickoff attempt, and Sears had Cachel jumping out there, but no throw.
Yeah, it looks like Cobb wasn't ready for it. Cachel might have been off. Cobb giving him some signs now. Let's see what they do with another pickoff attempt later on in this AB maybe.
Sears eyeing Cachel at second. Decides to go home. The 0-1 misses. It's 1-1 to Romback. Romback struck out to end the first inning, but singled and had a stolen bag in the third. Big inning here. A little bit of a jam here for Sears. Tying run in scoring position with nobody out. 1-1. Fouled straight back. It's 1-2.
And if he can get after the guy in the box here, Romback, it would make it a lot less intimidating with a Tremba. You keep the ball low. You can maybe get a double play to get out of the inning. But got to attack this man now and hopefully get the runners at a standstill after this AB is done versus Romback.
1-2. Cachel takes off for third. It's going to be hit towards the right center field gap. That's going to get down. The tying run will score. Campbell on his way to third. Romback to second. The throw from Castillo. Now Campbell's going to get the wave home. Cut up by Cobb. The throw not in time. And the Foresters take the lead. Nathan Romback with a 2-run double.
And a great hit and run there for the Foresters. Sends a shot in the center right gap. Castillo does his best to get in front of it and cut it off. And a strong throw to Boning, who's able to cut it off, but ultimately not going to be enough to get the Speedy Campbell, who scores all the way from first.
3 straight hits, all loud contact for the Foresters, and still Sears still out there. It's Tanner Otremba. First pitch, he cranks that one to left again. But Burden, a few steps back, will make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, and that one wishing he might have went the other way with. Big shot to left field, might have left in Santa Barbara, but not able to get enough of it this time to left field, and Burden will be underneath it, and it's a big out number 1 for Sears.
So Sears a good bounce back pitch to get the first out of the inning. Saints now trail 5-4. It's Steven Zoback. Two-way player who's 0 for 2. First pitch in the dirt, good block by Lindsley. It's 1-0. Nathan Romback gets RBIs number 17 and 18 on the season. Now he goes after third. Throw down by Lindsley is going to be away from Cali. Get to left. Romback's going to come in and score. Foresters add another.
Yeah.
It's now 6-4.
And just a throw by Lindsley you'd like to see attacked a little bit better and stronger there. Didn't get up from the legs and just kind of lazily threw it over to Cowley and was going to hit Romback. And sails it in the left, and now 2-run lead for the Foresters.
Zoback fouls that one off. It's 2-1. 3 runs here in the top of the 5th for the Foresters. Give them a 6-4 lead. All off Merrick Sears. That one's hit out towards right center. That's going to get down. Zoback's running first. He's on his way to second. The throw from Castillo is going to get past Boning. And it's another extra base hit, this time a double for Zoback.
And this is what the cost can be if you are a contact pitcher like Sears. Not getting the ball low in the zone, hanging it up there, and extra bases galore on the southpaw who doesn't have a lot of high velocity stuff.
And Tom, you wonder when, if you're Aaron Milan, do you think about going and maybe making a pitching change? I mean, pitching coach hasn't gone talk to Sears.
Not seeing any action. See a little bit of movement in the bullpen now. Someone's throwing, can't quite make it out. But I'm sure he now has a short thread he's hanging by, and they just like to get him out of the inning.
6 extra base hits for Santa Barbara. And they have their 7th run of the game sitting on second with 1 out for Jared Thomas. He's doubled in this game. First pitch popped up and out of play, 0-1. The Saints trying to end a little losing skid. They've dropped their past 2 games, including one against Santa Barbara. The 0-1's a nice curveball that just misses. 1-1. 1-1. It's a shot to short, caught by Boning. Chance for a double play. They get it. So good luck for the Saints. Good play by Boning and Cobb. And a line drive double play gets Sears and the Saints out of this inning, mercifully ending it. The Foresters get it 3, retake the lead. They now lead 6-4 going to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Ian Churchill back out there for his 2nd inning of work, now with the lead. As Foresters lead 6-4 in the bottom of the 5th, Tanner Lindsley, Jack Burden, and Brandon Boning due up. The Saints answered with 4 of their own in the 2nd when the Foresters struck for 3. See if they can do something similar here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch of Churchill is right there, strike 1.
And Churchill has really come in and set a tone now. Able to come out and retire 3 of the first 4 he faced. Just the hit by a pitch to Cowley. And quickly now ahead on Lindsley, 0-2.
Lindsley's 0 for 2. Grounded out to the catcher and grounded out to third.
That weird put out. The put out to 2 on that ball that Lindsley thought was foul that Thomas was all over.
And this one's called. Lindsley goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Churchill dating back to the last inning. Both of them looking. Out number 1.
And Jag Burden has been hot today.
and see if he can get some mojo on Churchill. No one able to get a hit on him yet. Burden right now sitting 2 for 2. Has a single and a double his last time up.
Bold, hard hit contact as he takes strike one. Laced one over Cachel's head at second and went the other way for a double down the left field line. 0 for 1. Going the other way again, it's 0 2. Churchill really getting ahead of these guys. In fact, Churchill, since coming in the game, has yet to throw a ball.
I guess that's pretty good, isn't it?
Talk about attacking the zone. The 0-2 fought off by Burden the other way. Pettis going back. A few steps will make a nice running catch for out number 2.
Yeah, and Pettis was playing in on Burden. And a ball that he kind of got sawed off on.
Yeah.
Not sure how it tailed that far out, but Pettis had to do some moving back and a little bit of trouble for him over there. But at the end of the day, it is out number 2.
2 up, 2 down for Churchill in the bottom of the 5th. Now it's Brandon Boning, who, poor guy's taking a beating today. He's been hit by the pitch twice. First pitch swinging. This one, it's right up the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, and maybe using a little bit of that anger on the ball right there, ripping it right back up the middle. Finally sees a pitch he can hit rather than hit him, and rips it through the middle, and it's the first hit allowed from Churchill since coming in.
Maybe that's why they keep hitting him. You give him a pitch in the zone, and the way he's swinging the bat right now, he's going to take advantage of those pitches left over the plate. Boning gets his first hit on base all 3 times now. And that'll bring up Cruz. As a tying run here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch catches that outside corner, strike 1. That one's in there for a strike. 0 2. $18 pitches so far for Churchill. All of them strikes. One single to center. This one's a grounder to short. Stevenson fields it. Goes the short way for out number 3. And Churchill, with 2 good innings, sends us to the 6th with the Foresters leading 6-4. New pitcher for the Saints as we start inning number 6. For the Saints trailing 6-4, it'll be Eric Navarette making the appearance, another new member of the Saints. He pitched last Saturday against Santa Barbara as well. And did well, looking to do the same here with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Santa Barbara. First pitch strike to Kendall Pettis.
Yeah, Navarette has really fit into this bullpen that has been the saving grace for the Saints so far this season and has been very successful and throws a nice fastball, and unfortunately, Pettis just getting a hit of it right there.
Pettis going over Cobb's head, and big turnaround first, but he'll stop there. A leadoff single for Kendall Pettis. And Santa Barbara again, another base runner here to open up the 6th.
Yeah, they're very aggressive at the plate right now. They understand that the Saints pitchers are throwing a lot of strikes. They want to keep pounding and attacking the zone. And Santa Barbara, not fooled by it at all. They've been on both pitchers now. Merrick Sears, 11 hits in his 5 innings of work. And Navarette's first batter gets on via the single as well.
That brings up the center fielder, Josh Stinson. And first pitch, Pettis taken off. And Stinson showed bunt. And the home plate umpire is going to say it hit him. I was wondering if it hit the bat. But they're going to give him the base.
Well, I'm wondering if he pulled back in time from it there. He was well over the plate. And he's saying it hit his hand, but I feel like it would be a lot more painful if you're taking 90 off the hand. And you'd have a much bigger reaction if it actually did get a piece of Stinson.
Yeah, obviously you wonder if it hit the bat or his hand. Then you wonder if the bat was still over the plate. Umpire says it hit him. And Stinson will take first. So first and second, now nobody out.
And now back to the top of the order here as well with Stevenson, Cachel, and Campbell.
So Navarette in trouble early in his first inning of work. First pitch to Stevenson. He shows bunt. He gets it down foul, 0-1.
And Santa Barbara trying to do anything they can to add on to their lead. Trying to move guys over via the bunt. 2 runners in scoring position if they get this bunt down. And a lot of speed on the base pass with Pettis and Stinson.
The 0-1 pitch. Shows bunt again. Popped it up. It's going to be playable for Mcmurray, who dives and makes an unbelievable catch in foul territory. What a catch by Mcmurray.
Air Mcmurray on that one, showing it off full extension and doing his best penguin slide on that one. Mcmurray stretching out all the way. Seems like this guy's always making some play that gets us out of our seats, and that one a big example of it there too.
Unbelievable from Jake Mcmurray. And Stevenson's retired for round number 1. And that was fully laid out. That was a complete diving play by Mcmurray in foul territory for round number 1. That brings up Cachel now. Big help to Navarette to get him his first out. Cachel swinging away, fouls it off 0-1.
Yeah, and who says first basemen can't be athletes too? Right there. Full example of it. And remember making a huge defensive play last time we were here.
Yep.
Fully extending over the first baseman, over first base rather, and saving a couple runs when we played the Foresters last time at home.
Yep, and which eventually led to the Drew Cowley walk-off. If that ball gets by Mcmurray, who knows what happens? He's made a few defensive gems this year. That one's high and outside, 1-1. Mcmurray doing it with the stick and the gloves this season. Getting his jersey a little dirty here for Navarette on the mound. A ground ball could get Navarette out of the inning. The 1-1. And that gets by Bo Willis, who came into the game behind the plate for Lindsley. And it didn't even look like Willis touched it. Went right through to the backstop.
Yeah, Willis not sure what he was doing there. Just pulled through. And a huge pass ball now for the Foresters eliminating, you would think, what would be a double play should a ground ball have been hit somewhere in the infield. And now Saints defense playing in and leaving a huge gap at in between short and second base.
Possible costly mistake there by the Saints. 1 out. Second and third, and that one misses. It's 3-1 now to Cachel, and Dylan Campbell, the always dangerous Dylan Campbell, is on deck. Foresters trying to add to their lead. 3-1 from Navarette. And that misses ball 4. So the bases are now loaded for Dylan Campbell. He ripped a single his last time up. He's 1 for 3.
Yeah, and you would think that probably you don't know on that situation. Are you happier that the double play is back in effect, or 1 out and the base is loaded for Dylan Campbell? A huge bat for the Foresters. Navarette got to keep the ball low in the zone here. Really looking for that ground ball. And don't be surprised if you go back home and try to get him at 1 again, too.
First pitch, Campbell swinging, and it's popped up. Callie looks playable, possibly, as the ball continues to tail just on top of the dugout on the Saints side, and it's strike 1.
And that would have been a huge out right there. Campbell getting underneath it. Unfortunately for the Saints, it just tails right out over the dugout, and it's only going to be a strike on him.
Oh and 1. Big moment for Eric Navarette and the Saints to keep this ball game close. The 0-1. And nearly hits him, gets to the backstop off Willis's glove. That's going to result in a run. Here comes Pettis. It's a 7-4 lead.
And now the second pass ball allowed from Bo Willis since coming in for Lindsley. And Navarette got to keep some composure here as well, too. 1-1. And now, again, the force outs eliminated to just first base. Infield's going to have to shift into that in shift and try to cut down any runs trying to come home.
1-1. Campbell, it's snagged by Navarette. A liner right up the middle, and Navarette stuck his glove out there and made the catch. Man, even some of these outs for the Saints are some loud outs, but they'll take them. Campbell's out number 2.
A huge snag there by Navarette, and saw that he was kind of frustrated with himself, wishing he could have had that maybe a pitch before that when no runs were coming across. But now 2 down, and the big bat, Romback, now up with a 2 RBI double his last time up and a chance for 2 more.
First pitch swinging. It's popped up in foul territory beyond the first base line. Mcmurray looking like he has a play on it and will make the catch. That's out number 3. The Foresters had them loaded with 1 out. Only able to get 1, but they add to their lead. It's 7-4 going to the bottom of the 6th. The Saints trying to come back. 9-1-2 due up for the Saints in the bottom of the 6th against Ian Churchill, who's out there for his 3rd inning of work. Saints trail by 3 now. Tommy Castillo swings and misses for strike 1.
It's going to be Castillo's first time he's able to come out and face Churchill. Big spot here after giving up the run in the top of the 6th via the wild pitch. If Castillo can get on and have the top of the order behind him.
That's ripped towards center. Stinson a few feet in, has to backpedal then and make a nice little jumping catch for out number 1.
And absolute piece from Castillo there. Able to barrel it up, but unfortunately it heads right to Stinson, and the top of the order has to work with no one on base.
That brings up Jackson Cobb. Cobb is 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch him, he's swinging and he fouls it off. 0-1. Cobb was the first batter to face Churchill tonight, and he flew out to left. Saints trying to get some base runners here against Churchill. That's a chopper towards short. Stevenson's going to have to be quick with it. Fields it, fires the first, gets Cobb by a step for out number 2.
And a strong throw over there by Stevenson. Campbell thought about going for it, knowing that Stevenson has the stronger arm on the left side. Lets him take it, and able to beat Jackson Cobb. And now 2 down very quickly here in the bottom of the 6th.
Churchill's first time through the order, only a hit by pitch against Cali and a single from Brandon Boning, the only thing against him. Now 2 outs, nobody on for Jake Mcmurray. Made a heck of a diving play last half inning defensively as he takes ball 1. In fact, that's the first ball Churchill has thrown since entering this game.
That's command for you right there.
1-0 at the knees, and it's called strike 101. Saints trying to get a 2-out rally here in the 6th. The 1-1 to McMurray right there for strike 1 and 2. McMurray's 0 for 2 with a walk. He struck out twice in danger of the hat trick. 1-2, check swing. Did he go? Check down to first. He did not. And it's 2-2.
And McMurray, like we said, one of the 3 righties, and the righties have seemed to see Churchill a little bit better. McMurray, strikeout victim last time up, but the single from Boning and a nice piece from Castillo early in the inning. Let's see if he can catch up to him.
2-2. He cannot catch up to that fastball. And Churchill, 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. 2/3 of the way through, the Saints trailing 7-4. Tanner Otremba to lead things off in the 7th for Santa Barbara, and it'll be a new pitcher for the Saints, southpaw Chris Stamos on the mound for Arroyo. First pitch from Stamos is catches the inside corner, strike one to Otremba.
Yeah, just the one inning of work from Navarette. Gives up the one run on the pass ball. Otherwise, pretty much unharmed for Navarette. Interesting to see them move to the pen very quickly up to Stamos. But back to the southpaw after having Merrick Sears start today, and now Stamos.
Otremba, nice diving play by Cobb, knocked it down. He's not going to be able to throw it to first. And Otremba gets an infield hit. Good effort by Cobb. But the leadoff guy on board again for the Foresters.
And Cobb doing all he can just to knock that one down. Otremba, though, busting it down. Fred Flintstoning it over to first base, showing the big man with wheels, and he legs it out for an infield single.
Otremba had the homer earlier, adds a single there. He's 2 for 4. That brings up Zoback. He doubled his last time up. Beautiful curveball there from Stamos for strike one.
And where has that been all season, Stamos? That curveball breaking a few inches there and really fooled Zoback. And I thought it was going to end at his eyes, and there it is at the bottom of his knees.
And there's the fastball from Stamos, quickly 0-2.
Good quick pitch sidestep there, too. Zoback is completely lost. He has to step out to make sure he can readjust and attack Stamos.
Yeah, Zoback quickly behind 0-2 to Stamos. Saints trail 7-4 in the top of the 7th. Otremba on first. Another slide step in the dirt, and Zoback chases it for strike 3, and he looked completely lost that entire at-bat.
He started running after completely forgetting that Otremba was at first base. That curveball fooled him so much he had to at least try to make an effort to get on base because he had no shot against Stamos there.
Another nasty curveball diving right in the dirt from Stamos, and Zoback not look good in that at-bat. Out number 1, and now it's Jared Thomas, the catcher. He had a line shot into a double play his last time up. Stamos will take another double play here. First pitch misses, ball 1.
Just a little high on that fastball, but definitely will intimidate some of these Foresters' bats if the curveball is going to be working like that. Didn't get to see much of it versus Otremba, but really put it on display versus Zoback there.
0-1. Nice block by Bo Willis behind the plate. And it's 2-0. Thomas 1 for 3, doubled, and came around to score back in inning number 2. That pitch fouled off. It's 2-1. Jared Thomas has done damage to the Saints all season long in previous games. Definitely a guy the Saints don't like facing. Otremba on first. 1 out, 2-1 count. Pitch. Otremba takes off. It's a ball. Throw it out by Willis. Looks like a good one. A little high. The tag. Did they get him?
They're not telling us. They're not going to tell us.
The umpire makes no signal.
You're just going to assume he's safe.
I guess so.
No motions on that one. We'll just leave us guessing, and he's not walking back, so we'll assume he was safe on that one.
The umpire was just standing there staring. So it's a stolen bag for Otremba.
Maybe it's a choose-your-own-adventure game on this one. You can decide if he was out or safe yourself at home and play from there.
3-1 now to Thomas. The runner on second with 1 out. And that's ball 4. So Stamos loses the catcher Thomas. That sets up first and second now with 1 out for Kendall Pettis.
And now right there, Stamos, curveball. Didn't get anyone fooled on that one with Thomas up there. After watching Zoback look silly the at-bat before, now realizing when he can understand the spin of the curveball at a certain height, it's not going to end up in the zone with all the break it has on it. Thomas able to watch it go by, and he's walking over to first base on just 5 pitches.
Here's Pettis. Pettis has 2 hits. Both hits he came around to score, a triple and a single. Even the line out to left field was a shot right at Burden. So Pettis has been all over the ball, really seeing it well today off of Sears, and then leading things off against Navarette. Last inning, first pitcher Stamos at the knees for a strike. Pettis came in, only hit 235, but it's really squared up the ball tonight. Just over 2 hours of game played here in the top of the 7th. 7-4 Santa Barbara leaves.
Game that started pretty slow, and after the pitchers settled in, virtually after the second inning, has moved a lot quicker. A little bit of a hiccup for the Saints as well in the 5th. But 4-7, still anyone's ball game here with a lot of time left.
And Pettis gets under that one. High, shallow right. Lewis coming in, McMurray going out. And it's going to drop. The ball drops, throw into second. Not in time. And a very high bloop base hit for Pettis. And they're loaded now with one out.
And that's a play that Peyton Lewis has to call off Mcmurray right there. McMurray is the first baseman. That's a much tougher play for him to get out there and move his glove around and reach over the shoulder and do all kinds of things out there. Peyton Lewis got to have a little more sense of urgency and a little more gusto, call his man off, make the play, and there's 2 outs in the inning.
You said that perfectly. Obviously, it's a much easier play for Lewis coming in to make that grab. And we've seen a few defensive mistakes from the Saints tonight, which we're not accustomed to. A very good defensive team. And little things. You saw McMurray get up with his hands, wondering what's he supposed to do on that. Nonetheless, the 3rd hit of the game for Pettis. And they're loaded now for Stinson, who takes ball 1. Third straight inning that the Santa Barbara's had the bases loaded. Stinson laid on that fastball. It's 1-1.
And if you're Stamos right now, you really got to hunker down and focus in. You got to be a little bit flustered as Otremba reached on a ground ball to second. That was a good play by Cobb to knock it down, but in some cases could be an out. And then that last one there by Pettis, a play that should have been made out there in right field. And now you got the bases loaded when you virtually should be out of the inning as time's called.
Santa Barbara has had a runner in scoring position every inning so far tonight, all 7 innings.
And that usually will translate to success as well.
Yeah, it's contributed their 7 runs so far. 1-1, and the dirt gets away from Bo Willis. That's going to result in a run. 3rd time. Ball's gone to the backstop, resulting in a Forrester run. And it's 8-4.
And just an inexcusable stat if you are the Saints. Can't give away 3 runs via the pass ball. And just not on the same page, I guess, and not getting the body in front of it. And it's a big difference in the ball game between a 4-run lead and a 1-run lead for the Foresters.
And even with the defensive change between catchers, we saw it with Lindsley, the ball get by a few times, and even with Bo Willis now. It's 8-4 in favor of Santa Barbara, and these are the mistakes we're talking about that we're not really accustomed to seeing from the Saints. They're just making a lot of them today. 2-1, infield in for the Saints. Stinson fouls it back, 2-2.
Infield again playing that in shift. Now with the 4-run deficit, can't really afford to go down by many more. You want to try to chip away after the next innings. Don't want to save all 4 runs for the 9th.
Stinson trying to break this open for the Foresters, the 2-2. And he chases a curveball in the dirt. Willis has to throw down to first, and he does for a big out number 2 for Stamos.
And there's that curveball again that's now fooled 2 guys. First Zoback and now Stinson. Way to come back if you're Stamos there, but got to keep the ball in front of you and got to pitch carefully. You kind of want to get this guy Stevenson so you don't have to face that Cachel, Campbell, and Romback with runners on base.
Stevenson's 1 for 4. First pitch swinging the chop, little pop fly to Cobb at second, who makes the catch. Good job by Stamos to work out of it. But another run at it. And it's a 4-run lead for Santa Barbara as it's 7th inning stretch time here at Jackie Robinson Field. 8-4 Santa Barbara Foresters lead the Saints. Saints need to get some offense going here in the bottom of the 7th, and this is the inning to do it. Drew Cowley, Peyton Lewis, and Bo Willis due up, the heart of the order for the Saints. But they're having trouble solving Ian Churchill, who's just in there firing strikes as he does another one there to Cowley.
And has really just taken the breath out of the air for the Saints right now. Churchill has come in and shut things down since Starks allowed the 4 runs. And the Saints have had no answer to the lefty right now.
It's 1-1 now to Cali, lefty-lefty matchup. And that one's right there for a strike, 1-2. The Saints have the offense to come back. Still have 9 outs remaining, down 4. We've seen this offense come together, but want to slowly start chipping away. That one's outside, 2-2. 2-2 to Cali. Churchill kicks and deals. Grounded the other way. Stevenson bobbles it. Cali hustling down the line. The throw not in time. Cali beats it out.
And big hustle play there from Cowley to keep the inning alive with no outs. Wanted the leadoff man to reach. Saw Stevenson had some trouble with that one and really booked it down there, just beating it out. The strong throw from Stevenson. Cowley will reach, and he'll be on first for Peyton Lewis.
So an E6 on Stevenson. Cali reaches. That brings up Peyton Lewis, who fouls it back. 0-1.
Peyton Lewis so far 0 for 3 on the day.
No better time to get out of the slump than a big hit here for the Saints. Saints a good team while capitalizing on other teams' mistakes, and here it is. Lewis a shutout to right. There's a base hit. Cali's going to stop at second. The Saints here starting to get something going here against Churchill finally.
And a big hit there for Lewis, his first one in his last 21 ABs now. And now Bo Willis coming in, getting his first AB, taking over for Tanner Lindsley. And a big opportunity now, another righty facing Churchill.
Willis, the righty, coming in for Lindsay. Wonder how long Churchill will go. It's his 4th inning of work. Most innings he's made in a single game by far. But he's been dominant. See if Bo Willis can get a big hit here and the Saints can start cutting back at this lead. 8-4 they trail, 2 runners on, nobody out. First pitch to Willis. Taking eyeball 1.
And if you're Willis right now, patience is key. You want to wait for your pitch. A walk just as good as a hit in these situations right now, too. And a great opportunity for the Saints to really work their way back into this ball game with 2 runners on, down by 4 here in the 7th.
1-0. Willis hits that one sharp out to right. Otremba running over is under it to make the catch. Callie's going to tag to third. The throw from Otremba is a little bit up the line, and Callie speeding over to third. So Willis flies out, but gets Callie over to third with 1 out. Runners at the corners.
Yeah, and a good barrel there for Willis, but a big throw over there from Otremba had me worried about that one. Luckily, it was up the line, like you said there, and Cowley's able to get just 90 feet away. Now with the Saints' best hitter this day so far, Jag Burden.
Burden with 2 hits, a single and a double. He's also flown out. Burden seen the ball well today. Another fly out here, at least gets 1 back for the Saints. Burden might want more. He's swinging at that one, but comes up empty, 0-1.
And very important here for Burden to get a ball in play. You want to have an opportunity to have Cowley come in and score no matter what cost. Obviously want to try to avoid the ground ball, but something deep into second or shortstop, Burden should be able to.
And that's in the left, base hit. In between third and short, Cowley comes around to score. The Saints get 1 back. It's 8-5.
And kind of what I was looking for there, deep into shortstop, is what we were going to say, and took the words right out of my mouth. Able to get an RBI single there, and now Boning representing the tying run at the plate.
Jag Burden have a day. It's 8-5, Boning, as you said, tying run, and it looks like that might be it for Churchill. As there'll be a meeting on the mound. First run, Churchill's allowed. First earned run, Churchill's allowed. 8-5 now. And it looks like he may stay in the game.
Now they motion over, looking for the righty. And it was a great day for Churchill. The Saints were just able to figure him out come the 7th inning and have fought their way back into this ball game now with runners at second and first and an opportunity with Brandon Boning at the plate.
That pitching change for the Foresters. Saints bringing the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Connor Roberts, the new pitcher for Santa Barbara, the right-hander out of UCSB, will get Brandon Boning with 1 out, first and second. The Saints coming back again here, getting one already in the 7th.
And Brandon Boning has reached all 3 times to the plate. 2 of them a little more painful than the other one. 2 hit by pitches, as well as a rip up the middle his last time up for a single.
First pitch fastball taken high, ball 1. One 0. That's taken low, 2-0.
And a good eye there from Boning, waiting for his pitch. In a big moment here, we should see him wait on something that he really likes and try to give it a ride.
2-0. He does swing there. Fouls it off, 2-1. Roberts throwing hard, as you can hear him grunting after every pitch. Two and 1 the count now. And Boning fouls that one back, and now from 2-0 to 2-2 now here.
And he's been on top of him at least. Needs to speed it up maybe just a little bit. Always a pain being the first guy to face the first batter out of the pen. And Roberts right now looking to come in and shut the door on Saints' chances.
And an off-speed pitch, looked like a slider, and Boning comes up empty. Strikeout and out number 2.
And a good off-speed pitch that fooled a lot of people in here. Didn't see that one coming. And it's the first time Boning's retired today on the strikeout. And now Cruz is stepping in. And 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position at second. Would be a big opportunity to get that run across.
First pitch to Jake Cruz is fouled back. And out of play into the stands. 0-1. Big opportunity here for the Saints with 2 runners on, down by 3. The 0-1. Off the end of the bat's going to be a tough play. Stevenson charging, tries to barehand the throw to first in time. What a play by Stevenson at short. Gets Cruz running down the line for out number 3. The Saints get 1 back, but they're down to the final 6 outs. They trail 8-5. Stamos back out there for a second inning of work in the 8th. He'll get Rombach to lead things off. Andrew Cachel to lead things off. And he's first pitch grounder to second. Cobb's got it. throw to first in time for out number 1.
And now just 5 outs remaining for the Foresters, as that's our first out of the top of the 8th. And a big one at that, too. This is the heart of the order that has caused a lot of problems now for the Saints. And to get Cachel retired on 1 pitch, you'll be happy with that when you're Stamos.
First time in 3 innings that the Saints have gotten the leadoff guy out against the Foresters. And not only is this big because of the heart of the order for Santa Barbara, but these are big innings to the top of the 9th from Stamos, and whoever goes out there on the mound for the 9th for the Saints, try to keep them in it. Give them a chance. A few runs here for Santa Barbara can really put this game away. If you're Stamos, you just want to give your offense. We know what the offense of the Saints can do. You just want to give them a shot.
Yeah, and we got to wonder who you're going to see out of the bullpen in the 9th for the Saints. Still have Hannon and Richardson and a couple available.
0-1's that curveball that drops in the dirt, 1-1.
Might send Stamos out there if he's successful enough through it.
I was just about to say that. If he gets a quick possible 1-2-3 inning, that no pitcher for the Saints and they've been able to do tonight against this firepower Santa Barbara offense. Campbell hit a line shot to the pitcher last time, and Navarette snagged it. That catch saved 2 runs. 1-1.
He's been hitting the ball hard all day.
There's another one. A tricky hop again for Boning, but a great job by him to snag it. And something's going out there in that on those grounders to short today.
And it's just not fair because we have such a high expectation for Brandon Boning because he makes every play look so easy out there. And that one you saw took a wicked hop back to his face. Quick reaction, fires it over, made Campbell look like it was me running to first. Got him out easily.
Campbell, a lot of hard contact today. Only 1 for 5, though. 2 up, 2 down for Stamos. Now it's Rombach. First pitch, ball 1.
And this would be huge for the Saints' confidence to get a 1-2-3 on the 2-3-4 hitters for the Foresters. A big momentum swing as they're nearing the top of the order coming up for them, too. 9-1-2 up in the 8th inning.
The 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. And that means the heart of the order for the Saints will at least hit one more time, if not the 8th and in the 9th. The likes of Callie, Lewis. Hopefully in the 8th. That means the Saints will be scoring some runs. But Stamos needs to get out number 3 in the top half of the 8th first. And that one's a strike. It's 2-1.
And we see batters have been constantly upset with that call all day, but home plate umpires remain very consistent. That low and inside corner is not safe. It's been called a strike virtually every time they put the spot there.
And Stamos, although he faced 6 hitters last half inning, not completely a lot of his fault. Saw a bloop single that really should have been caught out in right field, and then a pass ball with the bases loaded ended it, but or resulted in a run, but a strikeout and a pop-out got Stamos out of it. He's behind 3-1 to Rombach. Otremba on deck. If Rombach can reach. 3-1, fastball, big swing as Rombach went down to a knee on that swing. Adrian Beltre-like.
A lot more than just a knee. Almost went down to his face on that one. Big hack from Rombach. You know he's going to have to try to focus in now. And Stamos is feeling good when you get a batter looking like that after a fastball.
Count is full. Stamos looking for the punch out. He winds and fires. Another fastball. Rombach got a piece of it.
And just barely catching up to that one is Rombach. I thought that was going to be strike 3, able to get the hands around quick late at the end and remain alive now and keep the full count.
3-2 once more. Another foul ball.
And that's just been a story today, is these long, dragging out at-bats right now. And the Foresters have really been able to take a toll on the Saints pitchers. We saw it with Merrick Sears. We saw it with Navarette, even for his 1 inning, and now Stamos just being nuisances at the plate. And that really has contributed a lot to their success tonight.
Curveball called, strike 3. Runback started jogging at first. He thought it was a ball 4. Home plate umpire says otherwise. Clean inning for Stamos. 1-2-3 go Santa Barbara. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Saints trailing by 3. Saints down by 3. Bottom of the 8th, Tommy Castillo to lead things off. Connor Roberts back out there. Came in for the last 2 outs last half inning. Check sweep from Castillo is ball 1.
And Castillo triple earlier today, and a big shot to center field lined out to Stinson his last time up, looking to get this on the grass this time.
Swings at that one, comes up empty, 1-1. Last half inning, Connor Roberts was out of the stretch, so we did not see the big leg kick that he has in the windup. And he throws hard. You hear him grunt when he throws that fastball. That slider misses outside, 2-1.
Yeah, it kind of tips it off, though. Should you hear a little bit of noise, you at least know there's fastball coming, and if you don't, got some breaking ball, not putting everything he has into it. Better be careful if you're Roberts.
Absolutely. That one's fouled. It looks like Castillo fouled it off his foot there. He takes a little long stroll around with the count even at 2-2.
And that one's going to hurt when you got Roberts on the mound throwing near the 90-mile-an-hour range, and that one's coming 90 miles an hour right back off the toe on top of it. Definitely going to need a few seconds to walk that one off if you're Castillo.
You'll dig in the batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Roberts. Off the end of the bat to first. And it's fielded. And a race to the bag. And barely gets Castillo. Was Runback. He took his time. Castillo made it a play. Unless he's out number 1. Even with Castillo wobbling a little bit with that foot.
And a very big effort play right there if you're Castillo. And that's something that he's a guy who hasn't been here all summer, but you're going to like to see that if you're a coach on a real hustle play on just a ground ball to first. Should be an easy out no matter what for Runback, but making a play out of it is Castillo, trying to get these Saints fired up in the late innings now with only 5 outs left, down by 3.
Yeah, how many times do you even see in the big leagues? As the first pitch to Cobb, he's swinging, he cranks that one out towards right. Otremba a few steps back. Looks under it, and will make the catch for out number 2. How many times, Tommy, do we see even big leaguers hit a ground ball and then just start jogging, slowly jogging to first, and you see it get bobbled and stuff like that, yet they still get thrown out because they're not hustling. You never know what can happen if you put the ball in play, and Castillo was a step away of beating that one out.
And you're going to need big plays in these late game situations right now, too, and Castillo is just trying to do his best to get one out there, too.
First pitch to Jake Mcmurray is a strike going 1. Mcmurray having a tough day at the plate so far. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He did walk, but trying to change that here and put the ball in play. And he's quickly behind 0-2.
And he's had a lot of good at-bats, though, today. Remember, his first at-bat was near 10 pitches to Starks and just got fooled on a curveball.
The 0-2. He takes for a ball 1-2.
Always has a very good defensive swing at the plate. And a guy you have to pay 100% attention to because he can definitely put a charge into a ball.
1-2. Mcmurray, a big cut at that fastball. Just fouls it off. Roberts looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th. 1-2. And the dirt, good eye by Mcmurray.
Very good eye there from Mcmurray to remain patient during this very strenuous and tenseful at-bat.
And it's a chopper towards short. Difficult play. Picked up Stevenson. Throw in the dirt. Cannot be picked by Ronback. McMurray's going to head to second. That ball's going to stay in play, and McMurray will get over to second on the air, and the Saints get a little break. Let's see if they can cash it in with Drew Cowley coming up.
Yeah, hard play by Stevenson at short. McMurray hustling down there, adding a little bit more stress on the throw from Stevenson. Noticing it getting past him and hitting the dugouts over there. McMurray heads up play, gets to second, and now Drew Cowley's up with one down, one left in the 8th.
First pitch, Cowley with a cut, comes up empty 0-1. That's the second error in as many innings for Seth Stevenson, the shortstop. Saints took advantage of the last one. When this batter, Drew Cowley, reached because of that Stevenson error and came around to score. Cowley looking for his first hit of the game. Does have a walk and a hit by pitch and reached via an error. 1-1. Cowley hits that one towards center. And Stinson dives and cannot make the catch. It's off his glove. Cowley with a base hit. McMurray comes around to score, and it's an 8-6 ball game.
And that looked like Josh Stinson might have just made the most heartbreaker of heartbreaker plays from over where we're sitting, but able to drop in. McMurray was hustling, and there's going to be the first hit of the ball game for Drew Cowley and his first RBI in a big spot now with Peyton Lewis representing the tying run.
The Saints do take advantage of that error. And it's 8-6. Here's Peyton Lewis. Lewis singled his last time up, snapping a little skid. Great effort by Stinson out in center, fully laid out, similar to McMurray. And it just hit off his glove, could not hold on. As there'll now be a meeting on the mound for Santa Barbara to talk to Connor Roberts, who was looking good, really got a ground ball to get him out of the inning. But Stevenson couldn't make the strong throw.
And now Bill Pintar going to make his decision here with Roberts. And home plate umpire going to speed this thing up.
Tommy, a game of, honestly, a lot of little sloppiness on defense from both sides.
Putting the ball in play is the first name of the game. If you're a guy in the box, you love to hit the ball over the fence and don't have to worry about the defense, but as long as you're not striking out, you have to make the defense earn it at least, and a full display of that here today.
And a dangerous count to Peyton Lewis here. Peyton Lewis represents the tying run, ahead 2-0 in the count. Lewis has one home run this year. It was a grand slam. 2-0 outside, it's 3-0. Bo Willis is on deck. He would represent the go-ahead run if Lewis were to reach. 3-0. Lewis taking all the way. It's outside. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Peyton Lewis. And the tying run is now on base here.
And a good at-bat there for Lewis. You wonder if that's what the meeting was about. Maybe pitching around the lefty, getting the righty-on-righty matchup. Bo Willis put a charge into a ball last time, unfortunately flying out and getting nothing from it.
Bo Willis swings and misses Had a slider out of the zone. It's 0-1.
And after taking a big hack there, he's going to step out, readjust, regroup, realizing he chased a pitch, and even take another step out to really make sure that he's fully dialed in for this big at-bat right now.
The 0-1 pitch to Bo Willis. He fouls that back, and he's behind in the count now 0-2. Drew Cali on second. Peyton Lewis on first. 8-6 Saints trail here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, 0-2 count on catcher Bo Willis. The pitch from Roberts is chopped down the third baseline, foul. They'll do it again with no balls and 2 strikes.
Really staying alive here, Willis. Swinging happy. He wants to do something here, and a guy you love to have at the plate in those moments too. Really wants to put something in play and come up big for his ball club.
0-2, he got under it. Slams his bat to pop up to second. Cachel looks under it and will make the catch for out number 3. So the Saints get 1 back thanks to the Drew Cali RBI single, but leave the tying run on base. They trail by 2 going to the 9th. Stamos going to stay in the game for his 3rd inning of work here in the 9th, trying to keep it a 2-run deficit for the Saints, as he'll get Tanner Otremba, who got the scoring starting today with a moonshot back in the 2nd inning.
And really big decision here by Aaron Milam to keep Stamos out for another inning, and I'm here for it. Has pitched very well so far, and why not send your best stuff up out there when you're trying to win a ball game?
Yeah, at a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th, the first time the Saints got these Santa Barbara hitters 1-2-3. And it's 0-1 now to Tremba. And that's crushed well foul, though, way out in front of that off-speed pitch, and Stamos quickly had 0-2. The 0-2. Slide step with the curveball, and it's outside 1-2. Stamos kicks and deals. Fastball fouled off by Otremba. Foresters hitters back at it with the 2 strikes.
That's what I was just going to say, right back to it. These ABs that they will extend as long as they can. And if you're the Saints pitchers, all you can do is tip your cap to them. They've thrown their strikes today. They haven't been too erratic.
1-2. It's a chopper dive by Callie, but can't get it. It's into left field. A leadoff single for Tanner Otremba.
And just a good piece of hitting for Otremba there. Like you said, staying alive with the 2-strike count, and then able to sneak one past Drew Cowley into left field.
3rd hit of the game for Otremba will bring up the DH, Steven Zoback. Zoback is 1 for 4. Every hitter in this lineup for Santa Barbara does have a hit. First pitch is Zoback's fastball high, ball 1.
And if you were with us last time Zoback faced Stamos, it was over pretty quick. 3 pitches, 2 curveballs that had Zoback way out in front and making him just look foolish.
1-0. That fastball misses high as well. 2-0. And like we said last time, this is another big inning from Stamos here, Tommy, to keep the Saints, give them a chance here in the bottom of the 9th.
And it looks like they have a little bit of movement in the pen, just in case something should go wrong. But I think their intent is to have Chris Stamos finish this game out for them.
It's 2-1. Stamos steps off, and he'll reset. Curveball taken low. It's 3-1. So Stamos in danger of walking Zoback with Jared Thomas on deck.
And right now, if you're Stamos, that's the last thing you want to do is allow a walk here to get a runner over in scoring position.
Still nobody out.
Got to try to attack the zone and at least get a swing out of him.
3-1. Catches the outside part of the plate. It's 3-2. Approaching 3 hours of game time here. Top of the 9th. Santa Barbara leaves 8-6. Looking to win their 2nd straight against the Saints. They won on Saturday after the Saints took the first 3 this summer. 3-2. It's a grounder, and that's in between 3rd and short into left field. So back-to-back base hits here for Otremba and Zoback, and the Santa Barbara offense is just continuing to hit this Saint pitching.
And what are you supposed to do there if you're Stamos? You jam him inside. It's not good contact over there by Zoback. Just good to fight off with it. It just finds a hole through there at short and 3rd. And unfortunately, what looked to be a great pitch and a great spot for Stamos ends up turning into a single for Zoback.
Here's Jared Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 3. He doubled. He's also walked. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Ground ball would be huge here for Stamos. First pitch swinging's fouled off, 0-1.
Thomas had the big double in his first AB and has been pretty much silenced since. Did have walk last time up, but 0 for 2 and had a big double play that ended that 6th inning.
Curveball. Takes a big hack at it. Can't get it. It's 0-2.
And it's a big at-bat right now for Thomas and a big batter for Stamos. If he's able to get this one done on his own, it'll go a long way in trying to get the Saints back in this ball game and back in the dugout, still just down 2 runs.
That curveball has a lot of movement right now for Stamos. It's dropping a lot. See if he goes back to it or goes to the fastball. We'll have to wait to see as he steps off the mound.
Just wants to be dialed in, ready for anything, and really wants to make a good pitch. And we've seen even the good ones, the Foresters have been able to fight off and extend.
There is a curveball on 0-2, and he hit him. That curveball that's been so good for Stamos, his best pitch tonight, the one that gets away from him is on an 0-2 count, and it plunks Thomas in the behind, and the bases are loaded.
And I don't think anyone saw that scenario happening there. An 0-2 pitch and a curveball that just unfortunately doesn't get finished by Stamos, and that's going to prompt a visit from pitching coach Josh Schmidt. But ahead 0-2 on Thomas, obviously not what you wanted from Stamos, and we'll see what they'll do here with just a visit from the pitching coach to try to settle him down with Kendall Pettis, who's had a very good ball game up today.
Yeah, everything's going for Pettis. His first 3 at-bats, he laced balls for a triple, a single, and a line-out. Then the one he made soft contact in, a loud pop-up, happened to drop for him. So everything going right for him. But back to Stamos hitting that guy. A lot of hits batsmen from both sides today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. Like you said, 3 on the one side with Boning getting hit twice and Cowley once.
That's the second time a Forrester's been hit. And we obviously know these teams don't like each other, but like stuff like this, Stamos 0-2 in that type of situation, obviously curveball just getting away from him. We've seen it a few times. Ball just getting away from people. Stamos trying to bounce back here. Throws a strike to Pettis. Infield in for the Saints. Trying to hold this to a 2-run deficit and just give them a chance here in the 9th.
And with no outs here in the ninth, play is definitely at home. There's no trading outs for runs right now. You want to get that lead runner. You don't want to be down the 3 spot. It's a big difference from being down 2.
Good job by Stamos. Gets ahead 0-2. Yeah, bloop and a blast in the 9th could tie for the Saints. We've seen the Saints against these Foresters trailing going to the bottom 9th before and them come back.
In fact, I remember them being down by, I believe, 2 runs. That was a 1-run.
1 run.
They were
3-run
This
shot,
was the
yeah.
final score last time.
Yes.
In favor of the Saints last time they were here at Jackie Robinson.
Exactly. Due up for the Saints in the bottom 9th is Burden, Boning, and Cruz.
All of which have hits today.
The 0-2, he struck him out. A big strikeout there for Stamos. That'll put the middle infielders back in double play depth with the speedy Stinson coming up.
And that is the first thing you had to say about him. Stinson does have a lot of speed. You're going to need a perfect double play ball to get this man out. And you almost hope for something that goes on that right side, so Boning is the guy making the throw over to first with the stronger arm than Cobb.
First pitch of Stamos is a ball. Yeah, you don't want Cobb going over across his body with Stinson's speed. Stinson, the center fielder from the University of Georgia. 1-0 to Stinson. And he cranks that one towards center. Back goes Castillo, still going back, Jack Burton to lead things off in the bottom of the ninth for the Saints, as the Foresters hit a grand slam in the top of the ninth and now lead by a score of 12-6.
Knocked our Wi-Fi right
I was
out.
going to say, our Wi-Fi goes out. We apologize. Cachel struck out to end the top of the ninth and get us where we are now with the Saints trailing by 6. As the Saints are in danger of losing their third straight.
And just an absolute killer there from Stinson. Fighting back. Stamos able to get Pettis out. And you thought maybe that they had a chance to get out of it, work out of it, and a base is clearer to center field.
Nick Proctor, the new pitcher for the Foresters, to close things out. And looks like him and Jared Thomas are not on the same page. And it's ball 1. Proctor closed things out on Saturday in the 1-0 win, although he did get in trouble. Saints had 2 runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs but could not capitalize, resulting in that loss. This situation a little different. He's got a 6-run cushion.
Won't be a save opportunity.
Will not be. 1-0, big cut from Burden, but he's late. 1-1. Burden's had a good day. 3 hits. And a fly out that took Pettis out and left towards deep left. 1-1. Nice pitch there from Proctor. It's 1-2. One, two, misses outside, 2-2. Proctor struck him out. Burden takes the fastball on the inside part of the plate. A grunt from Proctor as he threw that one. Sends Burden down on strikes for out number 1 in the ninth.
Big fastball there from Proctor. Finds the inside corner. Like you said, we've been calling it all day. And Jack Burden falls victim of it. And that's the first out here in this 9th inning. And now the Saints' chances dwindling away.
Now to bring up Brandon Boning. Boning's been hit twice, singled, and struck out. First pitch at the knees, called a strike. That low pitch has been called a lot. Looks a little low, but the umpire's been consistent. I'll give him that. Oh, 1 to Boning. That's jammed. Chopper. It's going to be a difficult play for Cachel at second. Underhand flip to run back at first, and quickly 2 outs.
And now Jake Cruz going to have to try to keep this one alive for the Saints. Now down to their last out. The 6-run cushion is the Foresters. It's not looking great for the Saints right now.
Down to their last out. Foresters trying to extend their winning streak. First pitch is swung on and missed by Cruz, 0-1.
Saints battled back in this one. We're down 3-0 in the second inning, then came back, scored 4 in the bottom half of that inning. Had a little bit of a rough 5th. And found themselves clawing back from that inning on, and we're getting close to their 6-8 ball game in the 9th. And the big grand slam with 1 down in the top of the 9th inning by Josh Stinson really opened this ball game up.
Saints down to the last strike. Cruz fly ball, shallow left. Kendall Pettis comes in, and Pettis makes the catch for out number 3. That will end the ball game. So the Saints lose their 3rd straight game by a score of 12-6 to Santa Barbara Foresters, who gain another game on them in the standings. Tommy, not one of the better games for the Saints this season, really in all aspects. Sloppy play on defense, gave a lot of hits. Still some games left at the end of the regular season before the postseason. Still have time to get things going. They'll be back at it tomorrow at San Luis Obispo. What would you like to see?
Well, tomorrow it's all about cleaning up the sloppy plays on defense, I'd like to say. Looked like they were off today. Same page, not really. There was that play over in right field that there was a little bit of a miscommunication by Mcmurray and by Lewis. And, of course, 3 runs coming across today on pass balls. Just something you don't want to see, giving up those free 90 feet like that. And just something that we haven't seen from Saints pitchers and the Saints catchers this year. Just cleaning up the little things. You got a week left before the playoffs. Still got to clinch it. Should be fine to get there, but regardless, still have to. And just little things, tinkering and making sure everyone's feeling like they can win ball games.
The win goes to Ian Churchill. The loss goes to Merrick Sears, who falls to 2-3. The Saints fall to 19-13 and 15-10 in league play. They're 3-2 still against Santa Barbara this season. They'll meet one more time. They'll play tomorrow at the San Luis Obispo Blues, 3 games back of Santa Barbara in the division. Santa Barbara's now won 11 straight games and improved to 18-7 in league play. For Tommy Wirtz and the entire Arroyo Seco Saints intern staff, I'm Jared Thompson, and thank you for listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network.
Thank you, Jared. Good night, Mom.